You like that?
That's not something I expected to see.
Oh, from the salon, no less. Hey. Yeah.
We can't hear you.
There you go.
Oh.
I'm setting up the live stream on Facebook right now. Just a second.
Okay, cool. Cool. Is this a good view here, or should I put a few more magazines to bring myself up?
Hold on. Let me go back to it.
Okay. 1 second.
Let's see. I thought you were going to do a whole thing. That's the whole thing. All right. Well, that's sort of the point of this, right?
I'm gonna bring some out. All right. I have a little music on. Is that okay, or do you think I should bring it down a little bit?
I think it looks fine. I mean, as long as you feel like whatever that you're framed and everything. Hey,
Yeah.
dog, shut up. Hey, dogs are so loud and obnoxious.
How are you guys doing?
Let's see, who is this? Emily Ann Schulte. I can't see you. I don't know.
Hi, Emily Ann.
Is that one of your friends?
Yes, it is actually.
Oh, nice.
It is. She works with us. She works. She kind of like manages a lot of like our background stuff. So I'm glad that she's here. She's in Texas, so she probably doesn't want to be seen right now. She's like with her family. Hi, Emily Ann.
Where in Texas? I grew up in Houston.
Where in Texas, Emily Ann?
Hey, I'm in Austin.
Oh, nice. Nice. Well, thanks for hopping on this. I'm trying to recruit a few other friends. I know this was relatively short notice for some folks, so I'm trying to like text a few people and get them to hop in.
No worries.
We'll give them a little time, but we are live on our little Facebook group too, so everybody who is a member of the gym can see this.
Super cool.
So hopefully they're getting
Nice.
alert.
My hair is out of control, by the way. So I have planned to do a little haircut so that I can kind of, if anybody's like so close to shaving their head off, at least if I can help,
Yeah.
that would be nice. But my
I've
hair,
seen a lot of people, a lot of guys that have just gone and buzzed because it's too much.
yeah,
I've actually been doing my own fade for years. So like
yeah, look at that.
I go in between haircut. Like I very infrequently actually make it for a haircut. So I just
Yeah.
fade, and then every once in a while I have somebody like clean up the top so it doesn't look like a total mop.
Yeah.
But I'm fine. Like I'm pretty good for right now.
Yeah, I actually, a couple days after this all started, I did the same thing to my own hair, but this is already like 3 weeks grow out, so it's already looking really dark.
Yeah.
I same way. I'll just do it myself, you know. And
Yeah. Yeah, I've been buzzing my hair in various ways since like college. So I've got clippers. I know what to do. I know how to make it look passable.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so
There's no-
I'm sure by barber standards, by any sort of stylist standards, mine's
Yeah.
whatever. I do it in my bathroom, so it's cheap.
I just saw your guys' shirt that you just released. It looks really cool.
Yeah. So Mandy actually designed that. So I don't know if Emily cares, but she can see it. But yeah, so we've got that shirt coming out soon.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. We always do the nice Bella Canvas t-shirts so that it's a nice quality shirt and it like fits everybody really nicely.
Yeah.
The exact same shirt that we've used for other designs in the past. And then this, our printer can can ship directly now. And so you literally just like purchase it online. You put in the shipping. So I went ahead and bought one myself just to make sure that it all worked. And so we'll wait. It'll be a week that it's available for pre-sale, and then in a week they'll actually like do the order. So yeah, I'm excited.
Leave it on my doorstep, or I can go to your doorstep and just pick it up, and then I'll, so you don't have to ship it.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it'll ship directly to you. You just put in. I think you pay like $5 shipping, and they just mail it directly to you.
Oh, okay. So yeah, got it. Yeah, that works too.
Yeah. No, I'm not handling any of the inventory. It's just going straight to you. They're doing it all for me. Everyone's adapting to our new little world here. So
nice. I like that. So yeah, I mean Facebook Live too. So I'll just kind of get started.
Yeah. Let's start talking about stuff. And you've got a boy and a girl here. So
yeah, I met you as a blonde, and now you're like kind of brunette.
And now I'm quarantine natural.
Wow. Totally, I like that. Which is something that I was going to talk a little bit about, root touch up. And I know that a lot of people are like, oh, like I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to just kind of get my own hair dye and just kind of do it myself. So, us as hairdressers, it's almost like, hair dye is just as important as food. When you buy food from somewhere like, that's not organic, or there's some like food that's not high quality, sometimes you're putting that like into your body, so of course food you're putting into your body, but hair dye is just as important, and sometimes hair dye that you buy from the store can have a lot of metals, coppers, and stuff like that, and most times you really don't get the hair color that you see on the box. Like that's never ever the case, and it always ends up being a disaster. So what we've done here at the Salon by Robert Lupo is my husband, by the way, and we put together these root color relief kits, which are amazing. We've had such great response with them, and what they are is if you're a regular client, we have your color on file, and we're able to put your color together in a mixing bowl with the brush, clips, gloves, instructions, a YouTube video on how to apply it yourself or how to have somebody help you. And that's been really great, because what happens a lot is sometimes when you're off the beaten path, like you get hair color and something that you really didn't want, and so you get home and then you go to your hairdresser, so you're like, well, I kind of cheated on you with the box, and then now I have like this color, and then it's always like more work for the stylist to kind of like fix and like retrace the steps on like where you were when you left off. And so this is just great for everybody. These relief kits have been really well, and so and anybody who is watching out there who is interested in that, you can definitely. I'm gonna put a link here to our website, and if you guys are interested, there's a order now button, which is like everything that we have in our retail shelves as far as our root color relief kits. You can actually purchase on there. So I'm gonna just write that real quick. It's the salon.
For somebody like me though, if it's like highlighted.
Yeah, it is a little tricky with highlights. What I would say, in my professional opinion, with your hair is I would almost work on the blonde and getting that strong You know, so instead of saying like, okay, I have a little bit of root color, I want to stay blonde, let's make sure that the blonde that you have, it's at its healthiest. Because with all this downtime, we can, recommend a mask for your hair. Like we can recommend something that you can put in your hair. Like for you, I know I had set this aside. This is the Siri Expert. It's a quinoa protein based mask. And so anybody who's like blonde, highlights, or just feels like their hair is dry, this is an amazing product to be able to put in your hair. And with all the downtime, I mean, this is something you can put in your hair for like 8 hours. So if you wake up in the morning, you do what you got to do, and you take a shower, you wash, you put a mask in your hair, and then you just leave it in there. And then just go about your day, put it up in a clip. And the longer that you keep it in your hair, it's actually better. Because sometimes when we do stuff like this, it's only like a 45-minute time, or you shower, you put it in your hair, and you rinse it right out within like 5-6 minutes. But with products like these, like they're really, the longer that you leave them in, like mass conditioning treatments, the longer that you leave them in, they're actually going to work better and stronger and stay in your hair longer. So just a nice little tip for anybody that's out there that's like, okay, I want to get back to my hair. This is a great time to look into a good treatment or a good product to put in your hair, like a mask, and just kind of leave it in for a long time. I know the guy who took Kim Kardashian blonde the first time, like from jet black to blonde, they actually did it within 2 days. And what they did is they took her to the lightest point that her hair can handle the first day, and they left a mask in her hair for a whole 24 hours. And they came back the next day, rinsed it out, and restarted. So it kind of goes to tell that you really could strengthen and re-strengthen your hair's protein and all the amazingness that your hair can go through if you do stuff like that. So anyway, this is the Siri Expert Absolute Repair. It's an amazing product. This is just a recommendation. I know that right now a lot of people are doing like kind of Amazon stuff, which we're all kind of like Amazon shoppers, but I do think that there's been kind of like a delay and like when you get your products, like now it's like a week to get something, So if anybody's watching who's like, I would like to do that tomorrow or whatever, we're doing a lot of like home deliveries and stuff. So we'll take whatever products, whatever root relief kits that you need, and we'll take them straight to your door. So if anybody's
I'll place an order with you.
How much does that your root relief kit cost?
They're $72.
Okay.
$72. Yeah.
That mask.
Say again?
About the mask?
The mask is $35. I'll have to double check, but I basically put a discount code for all of the Sequoia CrossFit members. So it's 20 CrossFit, that's the code. So if anybody who's watching on Facebook Live and is curious about shopping or buying hair products, they can go on our website, thesalonalameda.com, click on purchase products, and then if they use the code 20 CrossFit, which is just for our Sequoia CrossFit members, they will get 20% off their whole order and will deliver to their house.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, so we put that together for all of our members so that they can, feel free to shop and not feel like they're going to get it in a week. And also you have a professional, recommending products to them. And I'll put my Instagram handle for anybody who's watching on Facebook Live and wants to like kind of just maybe have a little bit more of like a consultation via message. I would love to do that with anybody who's interested. But I wanted to show you guys what I'm working with here. And these are all things that I wanted to be as realistic as possible. I know I didn't want to bring out like my special brush that hairdressers use. Like I wanted to be as realistic as possible because you're probably going to be cutting your hair at home. You're probably going to work with what you have at home. So I'm going to kind of show you guys what I have. I don't know if you guys can see. So I have clippers. I have a round brush. I have a paddle brush. A water bottle. I have all of my guards for my clippers. I have just some clips and combs and scissors. So I also brought these out. I know that this is most likely what a lot of people have in their in their house, and this is not what you want to use in your hair. I know people who have used like these kind of scissors on their hair. They're like, I just wanted to like cut my bangs, and like what's really bad about these is they really will kind of rip the hair cuticle open, and so what that does is it creates a lot of frizz. It creates the hair to kind of almost implode, and it's not really what you want. So if anybody's watching who this is pretty much all they have, I would just recommend finding a more hair cutting shear, like an affordable hair cutting shear, and there's plenty of them that you can find at home. This is pretty much what I'm going to use.
Oh.
I think we have one more person.
Oh.
Two more.
We're 50 guys.
Hi.
Hi.
So that's Ellen.
Hi, how are you?
Your name on there says, in perfect Ellen fashion, your name on there says motherfucker. So that's cute.
Yeah, I was looking. I was like, hi.
Yeah, we can say motherfucker. That's okay.
It's because I'm on my phone, so it's showing my phone name.
Oh, got it.
Got
Yeah,
it.
that makes more sense.
Got it.
So
You missed Enrique talking all about their home root touch-up kits, but you can watch this again later. I'll have the video later that you can find out all about that. But he's talking now about like what you might have at home to do some stuff yourself.
Okay, that's awesome.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Don't tell anybody, but I get gray roots. But don't tell anybody that, motherfucker.
The root color relief kits are perfect for if you need to do something at home and you need to color your own hair. Like some people are resorting to getting box hair dye. And so I talked a little bit about the differences of box hair dye and color you can find in a professional salon and just how important it is to have a professional behind the color to formulate something specifically for you. And I also put our salon's website that I put together a special code just for anybody watching today. It's 20 CrossFit. So if you're interested in hair products, masks to give back into your hair, those are all on our website. And the code, I'm going to type it in here, is 20 CrossFit.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, of course. Almost spelled CrossFit wrong. There we go.
Perfect. Yeah, it came up in the chat. Perfect.
Okay, perfect. So that's your guys' code, anybody watching, and then this website is the Salon Alameda. All you have to do is click purchase products, and it'll take you straight there. Okay, so I also kind of talked a little bit about what I have here and what I'm going to be using. I'm going to cut my own hair. I'm usually like a 1 to 2 weeker. Like I usually like to get the sides cut every other week, and then the top I get cut maybe once a month. So I'm pretty much due for both. Anybody watching on Facebook Live, I'm gonna kind of break this haircut down to make it as easy as possible. We're gonna have 1 is gonna pretty much be our sides, 2 is gonna pretty much be the roundabout of our head, and then 3 is gonna be pretty much the top. So the top is fairly long. If I bring that down here, it's pretty long, and I'm thinking that I want to bring it up a little bit. I'm kind of over the longness just because I really don't have the time to maintain it. So I'm going to get in there and give myself a little haircut. So section 1 is going to pretty much be the sides. So what I'm going to do is grab my comb. You want to make sure your hair is dry when you cut your hair as far as the sides go, just because if your edgers or your trimmers are wet, I'm sorry, if your hair is wet and you cut your hair with this machine, what happens is rust starts to get on the machine. And over time, when you're putting that rust onto your hair and into your skin, you're pretty much could create like like inflamed hair follicles, or you get a lot of redness, bumps, itchiness. That's pretty much what you don't want. So as far as the sides go, you want to make sure your hair is dry. I will wet the top and cut it wet, but for the sides, I want to make sure that my hair is completely dry. And then you guys just tell me if that's good. Can you guys see good or?
Oh yeah, perfect.
So this is a long guard, it's a 6. So I'm not gonna start with the shortest, I'm actually gonna start with the longest, just to get a lot of this bulk that is at the roundabout, which is my section 2 off. And I'm gonna comb this down. I'm just gonna take some of that bulk off. I'm gonna bring my ear back just so I can really see the back. When I hold that comb down, it's pretty much gonna bring that hair into the machine a little closer. But this is also the 6, so the 6 is pretty long. So I'm not really cutting a lot off right now, I'm just kind of gonna build. Oh, that was a lot.
Enrique, how short are you gonna end up going on your?
I'm probably gonna do a 1.
Oh, so you start all the way at a 6 to go to.
Yeah, I'm starting at a 6, but I am gonna probably jump to a 3 next.
Okay.
This is getting like the long pieces off.
Yeah.
And then I can go down just to make sure, get a lot of that stuff off. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side. So I pretty much just took off this section 2. I pretty much took off whatever was bulky. You can kind of see it starting to lay a little better. Like before, I kind of felt like it really rounded right here, and I just kind of took off that heaviness. I'm gonna work my way to the other side. So this is happy hour as well, right? What are you guys drinking?
So our gas station on the corner ran out of
White Claws.
White Claws, which is already kind of like the quarantine special. So now we've just moved on to Bud Light version of White Claws.
No,
And
I didn't even know they had that.
oh yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah. And
they
these
do.
are, and they were out of the regular size ones, so I'm drinking Tall Boys.
Nice. Of
Yeah.
course.
So we are both
really classy.
both classy and hipstery and not. So yeah, we're pretty excited about it.
I can definitely drink a tall can. The only thing is I feel like I'd rather drink 2 beers than a tall can, because if I drink 2 beers, the beer is cold the whole time. Where if I drink a tall can, towards the end it starts to get a little warmer, and I'm like,
Yeah, this is definitely more of a sprint through the first 2.
Yeah. So let me get all that out. Well, happy hour.
Ellen, do you think you're going to cut your hair this way?
Probably not this. I might do it a little different. I mean, no.
Hey, you could give yourself like a shaved side look. That's was in. I don't know.
I kind of miss mine. I've been thinking maybe I should go back.
I was just.
I don't really have the face for short hair.
I don't know. I mean, it's tough.
A lot of maintenance, for sure.
It's a lot of maintenance.
Natalie looked amazing when we first met. Natalie was going through chemotherapy, and so she had no hair. And then when it started growing back, she.
Have I shown you this before? That's how my hair was.
Oh wow! You have the face for short hair.
She
Like,
absolutely does, and I absolutely.
oh,
I think she's always beautiful, but I actually kind of am missing that look. That was real, and I actually would clean up her fade for her.
If I didn't have him to keep it updated, then I probably wouldn't do it again.
Yeah.
You have to really keep it clean like every week.
But I did think I did a good
You did a
job with
really
it.
good job.
But yeah, show that one.
But yeah, this is a good one. And I had it really platinum.
so I'm kind of working down to my 3. Still have a little heaviness right in here, so I'm gonna make sure to comb it all the way down. So I'm gonna kind of leave that there, and then once I wet it and cut the top, I'll work on that a little bit. So pretty much cut the bulkiness out. I can still work with the 3 on this side too.
So right now you're working on the 3.
Yeah, so I stepped down to from the 6 to the 3, and now I'm just kind of retracing my steps that I just did.
Okay.
Just to get some of that other stuff out of there.
So I tend to jump, and I keep mine is never quite as long as yours. I do it pretty frequently, but I never quite go with the longer guards. What's the benefit of starting like really long first, even though you're going to go down to something that's pretty short?
Starting longer, you're really getting just this area, and I think that what happens is there's 2 ways of doing it. Like you can have it be one length going all the way over, and then you have your long hair. But if you wanted to transition over and you want a little bit more hair in this area, and you don't want it to just stop at a stop and then get long, then you would start with your longer to make sure that this transition here is going to give you, you know, a little bit more flow. So it just depends. I've kind of seen both. I've seen it really short, and then
I've got a pretty hard transition for mine.
yeah. So you would go short and go up like that, how you do. But some people kind of like a little bit of hair in this area.
Yeah.
You know? And it's all head shape too. Some people's head are a little bit more rounder. So you do want to get a square, or you want to create, it's like a smoke and mirrors. You want to either build a little bit more hair and weight here so that it gives you the illusion of having a square head. Or if you have too much of a square head and you want to round it out, then maybe you would go up a little bit. It's just different for everybody, but it's really about creating like the head shape that you want. So I'll probably, when this is finished, get a mirror and start getting the back. All right, so I'm gonna step down to the 1, which is gonna be my shortest. And whoever's watching, you also want to make sure that you never really stop. You want to make sure you're kind of rolling it out because you don't want like too hard of a line. So I'm going to kind of just keep working my way up. I'm gonna get a comb and blend that out a little bit. I always like to look in the mirror and see like what part is the heaviest. Like all this I'll cut too. So if you have someone at home that can help you get the back, that's always best. Your mom, your dad, neighbor.
I don't trust Natalie to do it. I do it myself.
With the three-way mirrors.
We actually have we took a mirror, or no, yeah, we're changing our bathroom right now at home, but I've gotten pretty good at holding like her like makeup mirror here and then having it, the bathroom mirror behind me so I can like see enough and like go. And I mean, I do it like every couple of weeks I'm doing it. So for the last, I don't know, many years. So I've gotten pretty good. I can feel it out for the most part.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely, get my mirror in the back, but it's always better if you have somebody help you,
Yeah.
So I kind of got the sides. Of course, this is an at-home haircut, so it's gonna be like, it's never gonna be like perfect. But what'd you say it was earlier, Matt? It was doable.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten. Natalie was just asking me about like the top and like sort like the back it's pretty. I do pretty well at getting the clipper stuff. But I'm gonna be real interested when you start doing the scissors.
Yeah. Well, now I wet my hair, and I mentioned earlier, you don't want to use your clippers on wet hair because it gets really rusty and it's just not good for the machine. So now that I'm doing the top, I wet it down, and now I'm gonna get in there. So my hair it's longest in the front, and the reason is because I like it to be longer in the front and meet at a point. If my hair was all one length, what it would do is it would stack up in the back, and that's not what I want. So I usually cut my hair at an angle, the shortest being in the back and then the longest being in the front. So this is the longest, and I'm gonna take it down a good amount. I'm gonna take it down Probably to like my eyebrow. I just want less maintenance. I know everyone's like at home, don't want to do their hair. That's how I'm feeling. Like usually I'm like, give myself like half an hour to get ready. Now I'm like not even getting ready at all. So I just don't want to have to worry about my hair. So I'm gonna start my guide, which your guide is pretty much the piece of hair that you're gonna follow throughout the whole haircut. And I'm just gonna go straight across. This is a very important part. I'm gonna grab my comb and I'm gonna lift that hair up and I'm gonna cut into it. So I'm not going across, I'm going up. And what that does is allows the hair to move. You're pretty much making space for the hair. So if you think of like a wave or anything that moves, when you take out from it, you're also allowing it to move a little bit more. So I don't like I don't like it to feel too heavy on top. I like it pretty textured. So that's what I'm gonna be doing now. I'm grabbing more hair and I'm bringing it down. See, and then you'll start to really see what's still long. So that's long. And then I'll start to see that as I go back, because my hair is shorter in the back, there'll be less to cut. So I'm bringing that down, and then you can really see, I don't know if you can see what is new hair that I'm cutting, which is this, and what the old hair is.
So when you pull it forward, you're cutting it to all the same length here.
Yeah, that's my guide. So that's where I know all the hair is meeting at one point. And that's also very important to know when you're, cutting your hair at home. So I can really see, I can see all that hair that's going to be cut off. I'm going to move it over to the side and start cutting the sides, and you'll start seeing your guide, and then you start seeing all this stuff that's going to come off. Just be very careful you don't cut yourself, because professional scissors are a lot sharper than, I guess all scissors are sharp, but these guys are really sharp. So now I'm gonna go in, and I see my guide, I see the first hair that I cut. That's what I'm working off of. And I'm able to really see all the hair is about to be coming off. Sorry, you guys can't see. And do the same thing on the other side. Now I'm just gonna check, like all this didn't really get a chance to meet at the front because it's a little shorter. So I'm just gonna do this. And all this is my guide, and all this is gonna come on. And now I'm just kind of going around and checking for that line. So no matter which way I go, I'm looking for that line. So there's my line, and then there's all that hair that needs to come off. I could work a little faster, but if you're cutting your hair at home, just be careful. Start slow. You don't want to have to go anywhere near a emergency room or something because you cut your finger off.
Whoever has to go to the emergency room because they
For
cut their
hair
finger
cutting?
cutting their hair during quarantine deserves a
All I
special
wanna say is,
right
like,
now. That person's a fucking asshole.
Maybe just a
Yeah. I wanted to be pretty during a pandemic, so I cut my finger off. Can you attend to me?
So my guide is pretty much the same all the way around. And that's what I'm looking for, is that no matter which way, this length is the same as this length. And when I brush it up, I'm still pretty much seeing the same length. Oh, there's a little piece that's a little long. So the short pieces that I was kind of leaving to cut last, that's where I'm gonna go in and cut into it. And that just kind of takes the heaviness out and still leaves the illusion of having hair there. Like all this right here, that's pretty much my section 2. I'm gonna start cutting into it. Hi, Ellen. Ellen Hershaw. Hi, Ellen.
That's the same Ellen. She's just changed from her motherfucker phone to her.
I love
now. Want to see Eloise? Eloise is not feeling well.
Cute llama.
No, she's not feeling very well.
She is like 72.
I know. Doesn't feel well. Right, Bug?
what's wrong.
Oh, look at her.
No one is here to look at your llama.
So now I'm cutting all that heaviness out. So instead of cutting across, I'm cutting into it. So I think I'm pretty much ready to blow dry. Just kind of cross-checking everything.
And if not for the fact that you're doing this all on video and everything, you would do the back or have someone help you with the back?
Yeah, I would definitely have someone do the back, but it wouldn't be any different from how I cut the front. I would just kind of work my way up.
Now, the one question I have on that is because I tend to do it straight across the back, basically, like I have a, you can see, can you move the camera? Where I don't go down, I go straight across.
Yeah, you go straight up.
Should I be going down on each side there a little bit and leaving more length right in the middle? Or is that just personal preference?
Preference. I mean, it's different for everybody. I mean, you have a pretty nice shaped head that you could do that. But I know some people don't. Some people are a little more round in the back, so they do give themselves like a V, so that it looks a little bit more like with their head shape, you know, like it kind of goes cohesively with it. But it's just a little different for everybody. It depends how much hair you have on top too. Because if you have a lot of hair on top, you could kind of, you know, stop at a point like you do. But I know shorter hair, you want to make sure it kind of is a little longer towards the bottom, and then it flows a little longer.
Okay.
You know? But because your hair is longer, you could do that. You know?
Because I go back and forth between how long I keep it on top. Just honestly, the hotter it gets out, the worse it is, because it just feels like in summertime I tend to go shorter because I'm sweating at the gym all the time, and it's a fucking mess. So. And then I get sick of that, and so I go longer. But
yeah, it's just preference, you know.
okay. No wrong or right. Got it.
Yeah, no wrong or right. I'm gonna re-wet my hair because I'm gonna blow dry it now. But I'm gonna re-wet it because it's always gonna dry better if you start it really wet. I'm gonna get my blow dryer. I like to blow dry with this brush. I know a lot of people like to blow, or most people have this brush at home, which is nice. But the difference is the roundness of a round brush is really gonna allow you to tighten the hair, then blow dry it. Where you're not really getting that hook that you would with a round brush. So
When I was like, I don't know, 8, 9 years old, I attempted to do that and got it stuck like so far close to the root that my mom had to just cut all my hair short.
no way. See, I noticed that happening if the brush is too small.
It was a really
The
small.
brush is wrapping too much around. The hair is wrapping too much around the brush. You know what I mean? Where if you get a bigger size, it won't wrap around too much.
Pro tip, don't get it.
But I'm just gonna. Get it nice and dry.
Hey, Ellen,
Yeah,
look at that blow dryer he's using.
I missed it. Let me see.
Isn't that the Dyson?
Yeah.
It is the Dyson. I love my Dyson.
But you didn't get did you get the air wrap? That's what you want, right?
I didn't get it yet, but I think I'm going to.
Yeah, they just came out with a flat iron too that I like kind of have my eyes on. But you know, with everything that's going on, it's like I don't know when the next time I'll be able to buy a $500 flat iron is. You know?
I know, but it's
That
so
air wrap is
beautiful.
pretty cool.
The flat iron, yeah, it looks.
Well, no, the air wrap.
Oh, the air wrap, yeah.
What's in there?
And it dries and styles your hair at the same time.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Hot iron, it sucks the hair into like a curl around, dries it that way.
So in other words, I have to blow my hair out and then I have to flat iron it. But with the air wrap, it's all like all in one.
That's so, and it saves you so much time in the morning.
For $500.
I would want to
It was 500.
before I could commit to that.
You said it was 500.
It is $500.
Yeah, that's when it first came out. It was like hard to get. No one had it. It was so.
Yeah, there were waiting lists for it.
Yeah.
Although I feel like that may have been just like a marketing stint.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works.
Sucks your hair around thing.
Sucks it around, and so then so you do it when it's like wet or damp, and then it's like drying it into a curl, which really makes it kind of stay.
And it comes also with these brushes so that you can actually dry it like straight if you want instead of curled. Yeah,
You know,
yeah, it's pretty special.
the dryer, it's this new attachment that they have, which is like this, but it has like these rakes in it. So if you do want to blow dry your hair and kind of comb through it at the same time, they have an attachment. Of course, it's hard to get because it just came out. But that's also something that I've kind of had my eyes on, you know?
Yeah.
I
Don't you love the Dyson hair dryer?
I love it.
The best, right?
I wish I could test drive the curling thing because my hair doesn't hold any curls. Well, my hair doesn't hold any curls, so I'm curious if that would actually work or if it would just fall out anyways.
Who is it's if you go to their website, Dyson.com, you can pay it off in like 6 payments of like 100. It was like $60 or something a month for 6 months or something. So that's also an option, and it's a write-off for me.
Do you guys watch Schitt's Creek?
Yes.
There's that whole episode where the son gets the job at the store.
Yes,
and
we
realize all this stuff is a write-off.
yes,
Oh,
we
does
just
That
watched
means
that one.
write-off means that like nobody pays for it. Like
Yeah.
it's free, basically.
I only just started getting into that show. We just saw that episode.
Same.
I think he's
Same.
brilliant. I think
So smart.
that's Eugene
Like,
Levy.
I don't know, the write-off people pay for it.
Yeah. You know, that's Eugene Levy's real son.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, Dan Levy. Yeah.
I thought they faked the eyebrows, but I bet they just
Oh,
have those eyebrows.
I bet those are manicured Levy eyebrows. I bet if his dad manicured them, he would have the same thing. But no, I think he's brilliant. I think it's such a good show.
It's so good.
Yeah.
We just started a show called Money Heist.
I've seen the things for that. I haven't watched the episodes yet.
You would be glued. It's so good. It's just a group of like six guys and girls that get together and like they each have a different job and like this whole like stealing money from. It's just amazing. You have to watch it. It's incredible.
We just started sex education.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't get through the first episode of that.
Oh, as soon as Natalie explained to me that they were doing an homage to John Hughes films, I was like, okay, this is why it's a little stylized and a little bit absurd, but a little bit like wonderful.
Yeah.
We've absolutely.
Maybe I'll try it again.
Yeah.
Maybe I took it too seriously. I was like, why is everyone getting so nervous about sex? Like, everybody calm down.
Because they're high schoolers, and they're having sexier sex than any high schooler has. Like no high schoolers have exhibitionist sex in the science lab. You know, it just doesn't happen.
No.
It's awkward and stupid and done very, very poorly.
It's true.
But we're liking the show.
Although I had like one or two decent sex things in high school.
Okay. Well,
I had an older boyfriend, so that always helps.
yeah. On many levels, you would.
I think I used up all my boyfriend points in high school. They're all gone now.
I'm pretty much done blow drying, and once my hair's really thick, and maybe some people out there who are watching, their hair is super thick too. A nice thing that I like to do is cut texture into my hair so that it can move a little bit more. So if my hair is combed back, I'll start by cutting into the direction it's going. So I'm not cutting across, cutting length off, but I am cutting some bulk out of there. And this is something you can do even if you don't want to cut the sides or the length of your hair, but if you feel like, I like what my hair is doing, but it's starting to feel heavy and grown out, you can kind of start cutting into it. And that just takes out, it's almost like a comb. You're really just cutting out, you're still leaving the length, but you're cutting out the bulkiness.
Natalie was saying what I was thinking is like, that seems very, very risky.
That seems like a professional move. You better be really confident in your skills.
It helps so much. It helps so much. Honestly, it seems scary, but if your hair is combed back and you're cutting back, then this is scary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you're cutting back and your hair is combed back, then you can definitely cut some of that bulk out of there without messing your hair up, you know? But just try it. You have homework.
Yeah, well, she's absolutely going to be cutting my hair this weekend. Like, it doesn't need it. I think it's fine right now. Like, I don't mind it, but I'll let you do it. I'll let you do some hair cutting on the top there. What's the worst that could happen? I just have to end up buzzing it all off anyway. You know,
Yeah.
If it's a total mess.
Did you see him, what was it, like 6 months ago when he just surprised me with shaving his entire beard? I had never seen him without a beard before.
What?
Yeah.
It's like 6 months ago.
Here, I'll.
It was pretty shocking.
I've definitely been it's been over a year that I've been at the Sequoia CrossFit, so I'm pretty sure I would have seen it.
Look at this picture.
Oh, I remember seeing that on Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah.
I saw it in person. Wow.
I look like an Eastern European arms dealer.
A little bit.
I look like a guy who knows how to get an off-brand or like a black market AK-47.
Why don't you do that more often? You like more of the beard, huh?
I have worn a beard since 2008. I got stressed out when we hit the last recession, and I took a long weekend and didn't shave and liked it and just kept it. And it just suits me. I feel like it suits me, my personality and my face shape and everything else. And Natalie had never seen me without a beard. My kids had never seen me without a beard.
It's like you're just who you are. Like if you were a cartoon, you would have a beard.
Yes, 100%.
Like who you are, you know?
Exactly. And so I was like, well, let's see what's underneath there. And it also it was around my 40th birthday, and I was feeling old and all my gray hair. It definitely took a solid 10 years off of me to not have all that gray hair on my face. But it was the wrong 10 years.
I'm just gonna clean myself up a little bit. It's hard to know if someone, if Facebook users have any questions, right? Because it would pop up on this right corner.
No, it would not pop up in here. So let me see if there's anybody on the Facebook group who's watching and has questions. Nope. Everybody who wants to engage is here. But like I said, what we'll do is we've got this live right now. It'll stay on the Facebook group for a while. I think it's 24 hours. The video stays up, but this is automatically recording, and I'm going to put the recording onto our YouTube channel so that people can watch it again later. So if anybody wants to watch it and remember how to cut their own hair later, maybe my wife, and see exactly how you did something, then they can do that.
But yeah, if anybody has any questions, please, reach out to me or thesalon.alameda.com. Anything you guys need, there's a special code for you guys. It's 20 CrossFit. It's right here on the right. And thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you.
Awesome.
Ellen, before we sign off, did you have any questions since you missed out?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'll probably go back and rewatch that thing about the roots. I actually just cut this part of my hair myself.
Yeah.
Because I was beginning to look a little like Children of the Corn. You know what I mean? So I just kind of stopped here. I don't know how well you think I did. I think I did okay.
So if this is heavy right here and you like the length, you just feel it's heavy, you can grab your scissors that you have at home. And almost like when I comb this back and I cut into it, I know it seems look a little scary, but if you grab that piece of hair, let me get a doll head. Give me 1 second.
A doll head. Ooh.
So this is Sally.
That's actually what my hair looks like if I don't do anything to it.
If you don't hair wrap it.
The Joof Bro.
So if the hair is going down and this is your bang area,
Yeah.
you can grab your scissors and cut down.
So I would cut like this?
Yeah. And what that's gonna do is gonna create more flow so that it's not so heavy in the front. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally, because it is a little heavy, but I was nervous to cut more.
Yeah.
Screw it up.
The length off, but you want to create a little bit more movement so that it could.
Yeah.
And I can tell you have a little bit more wave in your hair naturally. So if you just take out some of that heaviness, it'll still want to lay back.
Okay.
And just be a little bit more easier to work with, you know?
Okay, awesome.
But yeah, if your hair's come down and you cut down into it, you're really not cutting across. So you don't have to be scared, but it will take out some bulk, some heaviness.
Just kind of go like this.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Little by little, But yeah, thank you guys for watching.
Thank
Can
you
I ask
so
you
much,
one
Enrique.
question
Oh,
before you
Thank
go?
you so much.
Say again?
I have one question before you go. I was looking
Sure.
at all these masks on your website, and there's like all these different colors. Which one do you think is best for my hair? Which is really pretty fine.
The gold is probably the best because it has the protein in it, and that's what's going to help restore the blonde parts of your hair.
Got it.
Because your natural color hasn't been colored or
Oh yeah,
bleached.
this is really healthy. It's just down on the
It's
end.
really healthy. It's just the blonde that you want to make sure that you want to, if you want to keep, it depends what your goals are for your hair. But I know anybody who's been blonde, highlights, bleached, anything like that, your hair has already been stripped of its protein and all the good stuff it has. So you want to put it back into your hair. So the gold is probably the best for you, for sure.
Okay.
You're actually who I had in mind when I pulled this. So I was like, I know she's been the blondest out of.
Yeah, and I've been trying to grow out this piece, which is getting there.
Yeah.
So I'll be ready for a haircut when we.
Text me if you have any questions.
Okay.
You know, if you're on there and you have any questions about anything, just text me. You have my number.
yeah,
Okay.
and we'll send out links to the website for the salon and for your Instagram and that code and everything. I'll make sure everybody's got all that. That's very generous of you to offer that discount for the members. Thank you so much for that.
It's 20 CrossFit.
20 CrossFit. And when this is all over, we'll make sure we're sending you plenty of business.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you everybody for tuning in.
Thank you so much for taking the time today, and stay safe.
Thank you. You guys
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you so
All right.
much. Bye guys.
Take care.